When compared to other fish out there on the market, salmon is in the medium to higher price range depending on the kind of salmon you get. Well, the kind I like to get, wild Alaskan salmon. But I've got a way around that high price tag. That's coming up. You are only a few ingredients away from a delicious dinner where wild Alaskan salmon is center stage. Let me tell you what you're going to need to get her done. All right, first you're going to need a few different seasonings and spices. I have garlic powder and onion powder, always S&P, and some parsley just for color. I have canned salmon here, which is definitely going to be a main staple in your household if you're concerned about the price. Also some eggs that we're going to use to bind that salmon together, and always to kick up flavor, I love some garlic, fresh garlic, and I have some shallots here. If you don't have shallots on hand, obviously you can just throw some onion in there. They're all in the same family, but the shallots I like just to switch things up a little bit. I'm going to show you how to work with canned salmon. I know for me, I didn't grow up eating a whole lot of seafood, let alone canned salmon. We had cans of tuna fish. Once I learned about canned salmon, I really learned that it's a really delicious way to bring a healthy, affordable meal to your table, and I want you to give it a shot. But I have to show you how you handle that can of salmon. When you open up the can of salmon, this is what you're gonna see. All that liquid, and you're gonna see the salmon inside. What I like to do is I pour it inside of a strainer to get all that liquid out, and then comes the part, it's a little messy, but once you do it a few times, you get the hang of it, no big deal. You're gonna use your hands to pull off all of this extra. Carefully open it up, and in there, guaranteed, you're gonna find some bones. This isn't as easy as a can of tuna, I know, but it's worth it because it's so healthy. There's these bones. You see this here? You want to get that out. So you're going to take out the meat and then do your best to get the bone out just like this. If you don't do it as easily as what I have, don't worry about it. Just go down like that and scrape. No big deal, okay? And when you're done, we are going to have a bowl full of wild Alaskan salmon. We're going to throw in all kinds of other good ingredients to jazz it up, and then we'll go on to the next step. Salmon is all done. We picked all of those bones out, and it is absolutely gorgeous, and it's just waiting on all the goodness that I'm getting ready to toss in there. Next, we're going to chop up our shallots and mince up our garlic. The shallots, you're going to handle that just like you would an onion. Try them out if you've never used them before. They're nice and they're sweet and just bring on a delicious flavor to anything that you're going to cook with. I just love using shallots, and they're also really good roasted. I actually roasted them in a show we did on roasted veggies, actually. So you'll have to check that out as well. Shallots, I'm gonna get these all chopped up. I'm gonna get my garlic chopped up, and then we're gonna toss in everything else. Garlic and shallots all chopped up and ready to go. Now, this is the best part of this whole recipe, is you throw everything in the bowl. That is what I love. That is my kind of recipe. This is it. Let's get to tossing. Next, we've got our salt in the bowl. Good healthy pinch of that. Another good healthy pinch of your regular old black pepper. I have garlic powder and onion powder here. I know we have our fresh garlic and our fresh shallot, but that's just layering more of those flavors. And a good healthy pinch of dried parsley. If you want to use fresh parsley, I say go for it. Also, tossing in our shallots and our freshly minced garlic. In the bowl those go. Now, we gotta have a way to bind all this together, right? So that's what the eggs are for. Just gonna give those a quick mix up with our fork, and in the bowl those go as well. You are more than welcome, my friend, to use the fork to stir all this up. Me, not so much. I like to use my hands. The reason I like to use my hands to get everything mixed in together is because you're gonna have to use them anyway to form these salmon cakes, or some people might call it salmon patties. So for me, this is just the easier, faster way to get it all done. I'm gonna form these into the patties, and then we're gonna put them in our frying pan. I have some olive oil heating up in that pan. We're gonna cook them for about 7 minutes on each side, and then we're gonna let them drain on some paper towels, and I'll show you what they look like when they're golden. They're gonna have a nice, delicious, flavor-filled inside and be lovely and crusty and golden on the outside. Are done. We let them drain on some paper towels for about 5 to 10 minutes and let them cool off just enough so I could dig in. Let me show you the final result. Check this out. When you open it up, you see all that goodness that we packed in there. Check out the little shallot. We've got garlic in there, parsley, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder just to layer the flavor, and it is so lovely. This goes so well. I'm thinking about a glass of Pinot Grigio to go with it. Right? Right? Sounds good, huh? This is perfect. Go home, make this. What's so nice about it, you remember me saying before, is that it's so budget friendly. Wild Alaskan salmon is so healthy. It's listed as a superfood because of all the good aspects of Alaskan salmon. So you have got to try it. Thanks for checking in with me today. I'll see you next time.